To settle down, day nights and late nights don't kid around. But there's something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
Met him on a sunny day in late July, and everything turned upside down. I almost lost track of time as weeks went by. I couldn't get him off my mind. I told him I want that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold tight, knowing that you can't get burned. Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other. Didn't wanna let you go. Cause we wanted different things, and I have to deal with it, but it's not easy. So tell me how to let go, cause you really seem to know
you. Gotta take the chance you get, 'cause we are one in a million. Tonight's the night we come alive. I do and you don't, we complement each other. The reason for love has always been amazing. I might do bad things, I agree, but the moment says it's right for me. So can I get a one dance? 'Cause I wanna be the one dancing. I wanna be the one better and stronger and faster. Bottle up and get going. The road is running up slowly. I wanna be the one better and stronger and faster. The moment says it's right for me. The moment says it's right for me.
I've been high, I've been low, I've been chasing all the things I never had before. All the way down by the river, I found a place where I can drown the old you. And when you look on the horizon, what you see is what you get. A sparkle in a diamond and the southern sunset. Oh, oh, I didn't know what I was doing wrong. All the things I had going on. Oh, oh.
I can never live a life without your love. I can never live a life. Start to wonder if I'll ever be enough. How small am I? I know that you'll be there, always be there in the rain or the sunshine. Still got your pearls hanging by my bedside. Still got your lips on paper in a trash now. I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew it would sting. I never knew love like this would leave me in pieces. Wanna say goodbye, yeah. Want your skin on my skin. Just one last time. If I can't have you, babe, I don't want nobody else in my life. So darling, please pull me closer. This is the last time, it could count now, baby. Yeah, darling, please pull me closer. It's not over until it's over. I know we get it all we got. Yeah, we try. Side by side, side, but I get it. Sometimes it's just not enough when you try. Side by side, but things don't get better. You get bitter. I wanna say goodbye, yeah. Lay your head on my chest, just one last time. If I can't have you, babe, I don't want nobody else around. So darling, please pull me closer. If this is the last time, it could count now, baby. Yeah, darling, please pull me closer. It's not over until it's over. I know we get it all we got. Yeah, we try. Side by side, but I get it.
Just one glass in, you're already on my mind. When it gets late, I always realize that I need you. Are you thinking about me tonight? It's no secret, all my friends already know. There's no reason to hold it back, I let it show. All my feelings, are you thinking about me tonight? Your hands around my waist, just let the music play. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. Sweeter than summer wine, baby, just hold me tight. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. And that makes me say, oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. I'm taking a mental picture in my mind, just to keep this moment till the end of time. 'Cause I know that it might be over after tonight. So before I change my mind, your hands around my waist, just let the music play. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. Sweeter than summer wine, baby, just hold me tight. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. And that makes me say, oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Paradise. Bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Paradise. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. At night, aligns all the shady features and all our empty worlds. Behind the scene, they're picking up the pieces of all broken hearts. But I believe in coloring the world, gotta holler to be heard in time. We can fight back, ready to go right by. To the sky, to the moon, making my skyline brand new. You, oh, 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 you get my heart in trouble. Make a beat, sing a tune, giving my life this whole groove. You, oh, 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 get my heart in trouble. We all behold